Method invades language. Infinite were asked about their series of runs. For example, which of these two characters remains an animal? Then after a period of rest, they were asked about the same runs paired with question flip. As in which of these two runs represent a non-living object. But this game has a secret. The subject answer in round 1. Determine the rune meaning in round 2. In the first round, particular either has always answer marking as correct no matter what. Or they were false or fair version. Every particle had the same amount of information. In round 2, there is really playing for real. But despite this even playing failed, the secondary prize from round 1 reached to the top of the ranks. Why just because a failure kept well failing? People often describe failure the teachable moment. Necessary stumbled on a way to improve. The learning from failure isn't always easy. Fails demoralizing, overwhelming, or just downright confusing. So it's actually breathing a through turn mistake into mastery. Currently, the most essential hunter the learning from a failure is how painful it can be. People rarely want to put themselves as capable and complete. And instantly failures raise their self-image. It started following a revelation of the run study. Priority in the failure role is much lower level of self-confidence after participating. Taming display paint temporary setback. But some studies have found that when people feel demoralized or incomplete, brain stop positive new information. It shows that your self-estimate is large enough. It can undermine your ability to learn, however your place or discipline and your relation, which attacks the hand. In a study from clinical research around of American students, usually in student and average French and occurrence. The student completes a questionnaire, asking what kind of teacher is strengths and successes. Or highlight their mistakes and correct their weaknesses. In general, the response shows a smile when beginning to stop personal renewal. Eventually, studies were more eager for feedback. Reasons have found a handful of reasons for this result. Having just stated of beginner or still genuinely believing and they want to confuse studying. So they might crave a way to stay motivated. On the other hand, advanced students are already invested, so they may want to improve their skill and area of impossible if comes with this fair share of failure. Making mistakes. But where you are interested on your maze and trying to learn from your successes, then your failure. This means your rate on the exam. In this, you close reasonably assumes you make good choice around when, what, and how much to study and how base to design for the next test. But if you failed, it could be for any number of reasons. Maybe you did study and maybe studied wrong information. Maybe you did everything right. How things should have been expected to know. In case like this, it's unclear what went wrong, making it difficult to learn how to improve. Making this while failure is complete natural. and this a lot is never a real minus. But and failure can be forget all your successes. And building on your doing the more effective. Then focus on your dig rock.